The story began with the guy flying down from the roof of the school. He decided to end his life. What the hell am I? He thought for a second, falling off the roof. I was going to finish school soon. I endured all these hardships for this. I don't understand. What I'm sure of is that, on this day, I died. No. Can I say I'm dead? Grandmother, city hospital. It's been 3 months. I'm sorry to tell you, but I've never seen a patient wake up after vegetative human diagnosis. I think you should be prepared for. What the hell are you talking about? It was all a blur. Are you saying my grandson will never wake up? You want me to give up? That's not what I meant. After I fell off the roof, I've been diagnosed with a vegetative person that I've only heard of. My Hyunsung. I feel touch. Wake up, my child. Wake up. How could everything turn out like this? I hear my grandmother. I'll be okay. I've never been sick before. I'm sure I'll be able to get up soon. But in this dark world I couldn't do anything. Hyunsung, those damn bastards are telling me to give up on you. How can you do that? I took you in and raised you after you lost your parents. I won't give up on you for anything. Just one is enough. Just give me a sign that you're alive. Move. I said move. He never moved. Grandma was sitting next to me. Brother, I can't take it anymore. Those critters. Grandmother started working in a restaurant to earn money to pay for medical treatment and ended up getting hurt. What should I do? Grandma, you should have just died, said the brother. We wouldn't suffer so much if you died. Please, wake up. Stop lying and just get up, damn it. I can neither die nor get up. I can't even shed a tear. Could this be a dream? I must be having a long dream. If I wait a little longer, if I suffer a little more, I'm sure I'll wake up from this nightmare. 3 years later, disabled people from the hospital were rehabilitated on the street. It seems that Hyunjin has not come for a long time. Did you hear that Kim Hyunsung's grandmother passed out? Is it true? Horrible. What? Looks like we can turn up the TV volume now. Fuck. To hell. Nothing makes sense. Park Min Chul, Cho Yong Teek Jeon Min Ho, Kang Chang Suko Tae Kim Yoon Chul. Even those teachers who covered for those bastards. What if I manage to return to that time? I will destroy them all. No one knew how much longer he would lie in a coma. He had no one but his grandmother and brother. Help. Hurt. Are you talking about pain? Is it really more painful than me, who fell into a coma? On you. He hit the opponent from the knee in the stomach. I'm sure that no matter how painful it was for you, it doesn't compare to what my grandmother went through. He beat all his enemies. They lay around him. No, this is not what I want. There is no such simple revenge. 4 years have passed, from the very beginning to the end, regardless of the means and methods. 5 years later, I'm going to develop a plan to carefully eradicate them. 6 years later, so that they can't even crawl anymore. 7 years later, for them to suffer more pain than me. The perfect plan to destroy everything they have. Yes, exactly. This is the perfect plan. Damn bastards. You will answer for everything. But time passed relentlessly. 10 years have already passed. In any case, it's all useless. I don't care who you are, but someone please end this. He was standing in his pajamas. It was light all around. It was either his clone or someone very similar to him. Who is this? Hyunsung opened his eyes. It's morning already. He seemed to be in a school office. The same TV sound, same board. What? Board? Well, stand. Rubbish. Stop already. Haha. What the? Yeah, apparently this is another dream about where. Hyunsung reached out to pinch his cheek. I feel pain. His pen was on the table. Wait, if this isn't a dream. He quickly pricked his leg with a pen. Hurt. Is this not a dream? Am I really alive? I'm back. You son of a bitch. What did you say there? Ran into the offender on the guy. Do it yourself, creature. If I wanted to do it myself, do you think I would order you? Stop. It won't happen again. This situation, it was the starting point of all his pain. Hyunsung flashed before his eyes all 10 years of his suffering from the very beginning. His brother, his grandmother, their tears, how he fell. And who contributed to this? How he was beaten. At that very time, classmates stood around. The offender continued to hit. Stop, said Hyunsung. Did I say something interesting? Kim Hyunsung. Do you think you can handle the consequences? You may think that you are different from this guy, but make no mistake. Nothing. Bang. I went back to my first year of high school, to the moment I've been dreaming of for so long. On the day when everything in my life changed, I distinctly remember what happened then. The class lived their normal lives. Park Min-cheol was a typical bully who bullies his peers. He listened to the lessons halfway, and I played a game called Legends Online. Hey, you must be good at playing games, being so smart. Rock my character instead of me, okay? Yes. You just said yes, right? So now you're going to rock my character, okay? On that day, Lee Jun-min became Park Min-cheol's playable 6. Lee Junmin, who was the top student in the class, began to drop grades. You have good grades, so you must have a lot of pocket money, right? Hearing Park Min-cheol's request to drain his personal money to buy in-game items. From now on, play the game yourself. Lee Jun-min couldn't bear it. That day, for the first time, I saw violence being committed in front of my eyes. I didn't mean to cause trouble, but I remembered how Lee Jun-min kindly helped me with my studies here and there. Watching Lee Junmin being beaten, I couldn't just sit. Hey, don't do it. But that's wrong, just forget it. He is Park Min-cheol. It's only going to get harder if you get involved. I understood what he wanted to convey to me, but I've always been good at sports and keep up with the other guys. Stop it. So Park Min-cheol's name wasn't so scary to me. Soon the teacher came and sorted out the situation irresponsibly. But since that day, Park Min-cheol's gang started their hellish harassment, fights, cigarettes, intimidation, manipulation. Every day this gang of hooligans dragged me along, and I was beaten half to death, not giving a day to recover. Even after school, there were days when I could not sleep because of bullying, for example, running errands during games. It was hell. There was no other word to better describe my situation. School of Evil, Chapter 2. I'll beat you half to death. One cabinet. Park Min-cheol just got punched in the face. He was quite large for his age. You're a bitch. Hyunsung grabbed his hair. He hit his head on the desk. The offender's legs buckled. Hyunsung raised his head, holding his blonde, dyed hair. Is it blood? Has the class president always been like this? Bang. Another blow to the face. This moment, this situation, I played it over and over in my head while I lay in a coma. Park Min-cheol is a typical fighter who relies on his physical strength. He is not used to being hit, so he will inevitably collapse as soon as I make the first attack. I calculated the moment when he would try to react after being hit in the face. Then I'll grab him by the hair, and I'll drop him face down on the table. He grabbed him by the shirt. I've thought about this countless times over the past 10 years. Yee. Bang. Until the next move. On you. Kick in the face. You can't imagine how long I've been waiting for this moment. It doesn't matter if I beat you to death or not. If you raise your face, I will hit you. If you block with your arm, I'll break your arm. The stool flew. What? Anu, stop. Geek. Min-cheol. And if I don't want to, has this Lashara gone crazy or what? Is it possible that he doesn't know that we will come if he touches Park Min-cheol? Park Min-cheol's gang, first year, 8th grade, Young Min-ho. Doesn't he look the least bit scared? You're definitely not a tenant today. They're called Park Min-cheol's gang just because he takes the lead in bullying weaklings. But in fact, this bastard is the strongest in the group. Park Min-cheol's gang, first year, class 8. Kang Chang-suk. Hyunsung stared at his next opponent with a deadpan expression. Lesson coming soon. Here's a setup. Chang-suk, let's go. We'll deal with this later. Hey, just know that now you're in a complete ass. I'll find you as soon as classes are over, so don't even think about running. Look ahead, they're gone. Ah, my head. Park Min-cheol complained. Crap. Damn, what was that? I remember that at first I was beaten, but at some point, I was hit on the table. Kim Hyunsung, how dare you humiliate me? I'll kill you. My buddies will be here as soon as classes are over. How are you going to deal with this? Honestly, if I hadn't let my guard down, this nerd wouldn't have beaten me. He must have acted like this because he's never seen me pick on others. Even if he's the class president and interferes in a lot of things, he always kept a tight rein on me, so I never had to torment him. In any case, one thing I know for sure: you were the one who first crossed the line. I'll beat you half to death as soon as this lesson is over. Remember all this. What was taught today will be in the upcoming exams. This guy is annoying as hell. It would be great if their classes ended too, right? But Kim Hyunsung, that bastard, is he on drugs or what? He looked like he had gone crazy. I thought it would be easy to solve. I had to finish everything at once. When we were just about to stomp on him, has the news already begun to spread? It can't be. Maybe he just lost his head. Whatever the reason, Kim Hyunsung looked down on us in front of everyone. If we just leave it, others will also look down on us. So if we get a complaint, let's trample it properly, using this opportunity to the fullest, so that Hyunsung won't dare to look at us with such haughty eyes anymore. Of course, this sucker, I'll kill him. The teacher had already left the classroom and went to the next lesson. Kim Hyunsung, that bastard, he's finished. The beaten gopnik got ready. Raya's dot. Direct headshot dot. Again the offender fell to the floor. What's going on? So, shall we continue where we left off? This creature, what's wrong with him? He's the guy who avoided us. Piece of shit really wants to go against us. This concludes today's lesson. Everyone is free. In any case, there is nowhere to run. After all, school is a closed place. Let's go. Come on, let's kick this asshole. The students were hanging out in the hallway. A gang of local high school thugs were already in the hallway as well, looking for Hyunsung. Well, where is he? Kim Hyunsung, faster. Behind him, they already ran into his class. Well, how do you like it? He already finished off their colleague. You are something late. Their sidekick was already unconscious. School of Evil, Chapter 3. Whatever I do, what a bitch. Being in a vegetative state, for the last 10 years I have imagined my revenge again and again. I didn't have any problems with Park Min-chul. The biggest problem, that bastard, Kang Chang-suk. Taking out Park Min-chul was easy, but I don't see any way my past me could take care of this bastard like I did just a minute ago. Then what should I do? The castle opened. It's simple. I will fight him like my past me never could. Get it? He had in his hands something similar to a Costa. Those things don't mean a damn thing. Hyunsung was grabbed by the hair. To take revenge, I'll do whatever it takes. The fight continued. No matter how strong Kang Chang-suk's body is, he would never be able to withstand the impact of hard steel on weak points. Chanseok fell to the floor. He got well this time. What the hell is he doing? He took overclocking. Now, this is my only chance. Hyunsung flew to Yongtik. He pushed him hard and they flew into the corridor. If I attack him with all my weight down, Cho Yun-tek can't take it. If I slam it into the floor, this corridor, Hyunsung had already started kneading him. He will never be able to answer my subsequent blows. Get it. He kept hitting. I don't care if Young Min-ho aims at my back or not. Now I'll calmly take care of Cho Yun-tekum, and I will reduce their number so as not to be in the minority. Blood flowed from the fists. Bang, he beat him as best he could. Perfect. Everything is exactly as I imagined. Look me in the eyes of the bastard. I have prepared for this fight countless times, although it seems that my stamina does not match my plans. But I can't stop now, because there was one more person left. Kim Hyunsung, really that strong? At the very least, he was someone for us who could hide from the eyes of the main bully. I'm sure he's never been this strong. That geek, like a wild animal. Chanseok has already been defeated. Now I'm alone. There's no way I can beat him. We have to finish the job, right, Young Min-ho? Damn my hands. Hyunsung has already swung at his latest offender. He blinked. Hey, what are you doing there? Right? He made such a noise in the hallway. It can't be that the teacher didn't notice this. 3 students are now all covered in blood, lying on the floor. In the eyes of the school, this is an extremely terrible situation. You're in the ass thing. Hey Kim Hyunsung, are you crazy? There are limits to how far you can go when fighting with others. These students ended up in ambulances with their faces covered in blood. At the very least, this can be seen as school violence. At worst, I might have to take responsibility for everything. If I don't want to be dragged into this shit, I have to force it. Hyunsung take all the blame. This guy was behaving well. Why is he making such a scene now? This will not go unnoticed only at school. Over the last decades in school, this is the first time I've seen a kid like you do something daring. No matter the consequences, you should control yourself. After all, the parents of the victims will also not be silent about this. You will have to pay for your deed. Teacher, there is no reason to make a big deal out of molehills. Is this your first time dealing with school violence? Hyunsung said. What? The teacher asked. Isn't there something you're really good at? Please take care of this and everything else. Oh, you little one. The teacher hit Hyunsung. Obvious outcome, that's why I died. I didn't just die from bullying, I died from bullying and blind adults who always just watched me from the sidelines. How dare you talk to me like that? There is a limit to shamelessness. I remember it distinctly. Especially as a first-grade principal, Kim Yoon-chul lived his life with a teacher's facade. These are pieces of garbage that could never be considered real teachers. You'd better stop. You still dare to say something to me? Are you really going to continue to fuck everyone? What? Lower your voice if you don't. I can't keep quiet about the dirty money you eat like a fucking pig, taking them from the parents of the students. If I'm not mistaken, you also maintain a very close relationship with Young Minho's parents. Should I tell everyone about this? Apart from this incident, I have many other things to talk about. For example, scandal with an English teacher. That's why I'm telling you to be quiet. Kim Yoon-chul, you son of a bitch. After enduring such mockery, I eventually came to a decision, although I knew that this was not a good idea. But, thinking that now the help of an adult is needed, he went to look for a teacher. What happened? What is it? Hey Park Min-chul. Is he telling the truth? Hey teacher, there is no reason for me to mock my friends like that. We just joked a little. And since I have a fairly large physique, Hyunsung must be. I misunderstood that I was mocking him. Slicker. Whatever it is. Don't bully your friends. Don't you think so? Nothing good will come of it if everyone slaps each other in the face. Yes. Yes, sir. I'll keep that in mind. But in the end they didn't solve the case. Click. Click. Follow me Kim Hyunsung. Damn. Did you think we wouldn't do anything to you if you snitched on the teachers? They went out into the schoolyard. And they started beating Hyunsung. Hyunsung was already lying on the floor. They kicked him. I felt offended. Anger. If you are a teacher, when a student tells you that he is being bullied, you should at least be convinced of this. It's your duty. Die. Today you are definitely a corpse. Teacher. Like this, since he personally saw me being beaten, it means that he understood the seriousness of the situation. He will definitely punish them severely. Huh. The teacher turned away. I found out about it only later. Kim Yoon-chul was a scumbag who received money from their parents. Jeong Min-ho's parents were one of his money lines. He did not plan to resolve this issue from the very beginning. After that, I tried my best to resolve this issue, even though I have to do it alone. Even when I realized that I could not win this fight, I tried to escape from hellish reality by swinging my fists. Raya's. But that day I went too far. Boom. However, God, what happened to my dear son's face? Who is that bastard? What kind of students made my Minho like this? Hyunsung started first. Does it make sense? My son's precious nose is broken. We will not leave this matter unattended. I am very sorry. Adult intervention. This is where I could not do anything without my parents. Even in the school anti-violence committee, I suffered the punishment alone. And Park Min-chul's gang continued their high school life without any problems. Since then, I realized only later, falling into a coma, the fact that I cannot take revenge by force alone. Even the intervention of adults must be fully thought out, so that I can take revenge in the true sense of the word. The teacher tensed up a lot. He constantly shook his head. What nonsense. Teacher, from now on, you should think carefully before you speak. You were introduced to Young Min-ho's parents through a university graduate, right? You took care of him even before he entered this school. And as a reward, you receive payments every month. You are having an affair with an English teacher, a married woman with 3 children. Both of you frequent the M motel. Add more. Your life is so dirty, teacher, so much so that it doesn't end there. If all the problems are revealed, your life as a teacher in the future will be difficult. Agree? Don't even think about passing it off as nonsense. If you choose to behave this way, I'll just trample on your life, even if I have to force you to drop out of this school. Teacher, when I entered my 3rd year, Kim Yoon-chul's personal affairs became known. His wife came to the school, gave him a refreshing slap in the face, and stamped the divorce papers. It turned out that Kim Yoon-chul's family is quite wealthy, and it was also rumored that everything that could be called property belonged to his wife. If this is true, then I'm sure Kim Yoon-chul's biggest fear is that his cases will be exposed, so blackmail will definitely work. What do you want me to do, Hyunsung? Everything is very simple. If you want to shut me up, keep acting the same as before. What does it mean? Continue to live like garbage. Remain an idle observer of student affairs, covering up for them even if you know it's wrong, but just change the object of protection. From now on, you will help me prevent this incident from spreading, regardless of the means and methods. Until the day I graduate from school, I won't reveal your secrets. You know what I mean, don't you? I'll try, and don't you dare betray me. Kim Yoon-chul. This is only the first map that I thought of in advance. I must speed up the preparation of the next map. But, for now, there's something I need to do first. Damn, are you really crazy? I will tear him apart and kill him as soon as he returns. Ryaz, he hit the table. This Kim Yoon-chul who gets his mother's money won't leave Kim Hyunsung alone. He will expel him from school. I don't have to face him, and you won't have to puzzle over this guy anymore. To be honest, I was a little scared. Just don't tell me that the others know about everything, right? Ugh, damn. The chair flew to the other side of the classroom. What is he doing? Completely out of his mind. I must have become superfluous in this school. Just not because of Kim Hyun-sona. I can't let my status fall to the ground. He pulled a chair towards him. I sat down on it and exhaled. It must be a coincidence that this bastard beat 3 guys at once. If I meet him again, I will easily destroy him. Jeon Min-ho, let's finally finish what we started. This time, he won't get away. Bam, got it right in the face. And flew off the chair. Bok. KH. Now I'll finish you off, damn it. The offender could do nothing. Hyunsung quickly ran away, and he kicked Minho in the head. He coughed up blood. On you, still in the stomach. Spare me, whined Minho. Crazy bastard. Did he really go off the rails? School children just stood around and watched how he was beaten. Please, anyone. Kim Yoon-chul. Exactly. You get money from my mom. Badge. A. Do not expect even the slightest help, because nobody at this school. Now it won't help you. 5 minutes earlier, the teacher was sitting in his office and thought, what should I do now? 3 students were rushed to the hospital. The school must want this case not to draw too much attention. But if Kim Hyunsung is not allegedly fairly punished, parents of students will throw a tantrum, especially Jeon Minho's parents. These people will obviously not sit idly by when it comes to their sons. They are wealthy people who own several buildings and are famous in Decent. They even sponsor our school. It seems they recently even paid for the renovation of the school with their own money. Their influence is inevitably strong, since the director himself takes care of them. And the biggest problem is that I got their money too. If they start to fuss, I can't do anything. Think. What should Kim Yoon-chul do? There is no way out. The best option. This is not to include Min-ho in this case. Hyunsung hasn't touched him yet. Since he hasn't touched it yet, if I can convince Jeon Min-ho's parents, they might as well leave it as it is. After all, they are just friends of their son. If I find Hyunsung and ask him not to touch Min-ho, I can avoid the worst case scenario. I need to convince Hyunsung quickly. What? This is complete ass. Now I'm definitely covered. I didn't even have time to look back. Teacher, help. Fuck to hell with Minho's parents. If my relationship with my English teacher comes out, it's all over. The teacher turned around and went to his office. Hyunsung continued to be his abuser. This pathetic loser. And is there someone who has been mocking me? The people who have been mocking me for the last 3 years have told me this. That they treated me like that because I was weak. They mocked me. This loser who's trembling like that. Your friends won't help you this time, and the teacher will not intercede. Hyunsung was furious. He stepped back to grab a chair. Then he moved the desk and sat down for her. Stupid bastard. I knew that too. If it's decided that I didn't touch Yoon Min-ho, they will turn a blind eye to everything else. But if I didn't want to take full revenge, two wouldn't have slapped Park Min-chul as soon as he got back. I would choose to avoid these people in order to live without strife. Having experienced pain like hell, I was determined to take revenge, and this is the result. Soon it will be very noisy here. 3 have already been taken to the hospital, and here's another one. Let's see how it ends. The principal who wanted to make Cheon-il School a prestigious school. He will try to punish the criminal severely. On the contrary, the witnesses who watched me will probably want to hide it. Even if I want to, I can't undo what I've done. If the Cheon-il school couldn't handle it, I could never dream of revenge. This is just the beginning. Absolutely unacceptable. Kim Hyunsung didn't just send his victims to the hospital, he brutally attacked them, and after he received advice from Kim Yoon-chol's teacher, he didn't show any remorse. He also immediately dealt with Yoon Min-ho. This is a very cruel crime. Have you seen the faces of the victims? They were mutilated like the victims in gangster movies. Cheon-il's school principal. Oh, the Wang. That's it. We must punish him as soon as possible. The teacher sat and thought about what to comment. I agree with the director's opinion. Cheon-il High School English teacher, Lee Min-young. We have to expel him. Since you don't know anything, just sit still. If you don't want our relationship exposed, we have to protect Kim Hyunsung. If he gets expelled like this, then we too. Kim Hyunsung is to blame, but according to my observations as a first-grade teacher, the cause of this incident is Park Min-chul and other victims. What do you mean, Teacher Kim? There are rumors that Park Min-chul and his gang bullied many students, so I was going to catch and punish them. Kim Hyunsung, who couldn't stand it, ended up instigating this incident. Sir, first of all, Kim Hyunsung is a victim, not a perpetrator. If we punish him, let's do what a teacher should never do. But the punishment is inevitable. Kim teacher, director, Teacher Kim. The situation was heating up. Yoon Min-ho's parents won't just let this go. In order to calm their anger, we must deal with the culprit properly. If we just want to maintain the prestige of the school, then we should turn to our sponsors. In a week, I will convene a committee meeting, and they will decide how to punish Kim Hyunsung. Therefore, I hope that you will keep your mouth shut in order to avoid spreading rumors. Also, Kim Hyunsung will be suspended from school until the committee meeting is held. Think about what you did wrong and come to school with your guardian in a week. Got it, sir. Hyunsung replied and got up from the table. Hyunsung. The teacher called him in the hallway. I did my best. But since you touched Min-ho, it's become a problem that I can't solve no matter what I do. So, well, can you hold back your ardor a little? If you don't make noise, I'll have a chance. Solve this problem. Kim Yoon-chul, such an interesting person. You used to be the one who slapped me and looked down on me. But as a teacher, you have long since abandoned your conscience. The usual dregs of society. I took him in because he is one of those people who will do everything for me, regardless of the situation. But he does not even know what can solve this problem. I know that you have already done your best. Exactly. But the truth is that Park Min-chul bullied the students, and you knew about it from the very beginning, right? Bear in mind, until I graduate from this school, there's only one way to keep my mouth shut. Regardless of the outcome, you must always do what is best for me. If you can't, then it's not just you, but also Teacher Lee Min-young. I will tear your lives apart. I promise you. I'll keep my word. All right. The teacher was completely taken aback. Kim Yoon-chul, I wanted to destroy it right now, but he is not my main target. Only because of my temporary anger. I can't just discard a useful card. It will come in handy until I solidify my foundation at Cheon-il School. Even if he is just a teacher, he will do anything for his survival. Hyunsung took his backpack. After this week, the time has come to carry out my plan, which I've been planning for years. After that, director. No. Oh, the one. The situation will take a turn, exceeding all your expectations. It was already evening, the lessons were over. Hyunsung calmly walked home along the alley. Finally, I can walk this road again. How many years have passed? Dilapidated villa number 00. My only house for 50 million won. If it wasn't for my parents' death insurance, I'd be living off my monthly salary. At a time when my grandmother had to move out of here because of my hospital bills, it seemed to me that the world collapsed. Since childhood, I perceived this place as very wretched, but honestly, I'm grateful that I have a place to return to. Grandma. Hyunsung came home. There was no one at home. If I remember correctly, every day at this time, my grandmother was at work. That's right, she tries for our family. There is no time for sweet memories. It's a miracle that I had such an opportunity at all. It is my duty to take revenge and make Grandma and Hyun-jin happy. There was a week left before the meeting of the discussion committee. Hyunsung opened his notebook. He needed to make a plan of further actions. The following actions must be precisely verified. Within 2 years, we will absorb the surrounding areas, create a foundation, and we will clear the base of these people. In order to do this, I need to fulfill 3 conditions. The first condition is my personal workforce. To destroy those who commit school violence, I need enough strength to resist them and not be thrown back. There is no way for me to train myself to the point that person, but if I can defeat him, this will give a significant advantage in future cases. The second condition is similar to the context. Our future adversaries are gathering a huge force. To deal with these guys, I have to gather people who have the same goal as me. After all, people play an important role. At the moment, I'm just a freshman in high school. Even if I have a perfect plan, I don't have the strength to carry it out. I just have to take the lead to find the people you need. And finally, most importantly, the third condition. This problem can be solved because I tested it beforehand. Origin. I need an origin to put my plan into motion so that nothing can stand in my way. And now, to solve the problem associated with the meeting of the commission, the presence of origin should be a priority. School of Evil. Chapter 6. Labor Force and Origin. There was a police station. Hey, you goats. Do you know who I am? Do you know what family I belong to? You are an enemy of the people if you don't know me despite being a citizen of Thiessen. Just because you're a police officer, do you think you'll be safe after being treated like this? What the hell? Old man, go away. Old man, you called me an old man. What are you carrying? I'm a 35-year-old bachelor. Myeongjin Construction, the eldest son. Gong Changbum. Did you fly like a cuckoo? Bak. He kicked the stool in front of him. Of course I know you. Go Changbum, eldest son of the Myeongjin Company Construction. You are a dangerous person living in Thiessen. We can't go wrong here. Now that a successor has been chosen, they have become more cautious. The problem is that he is being too careful. Removed hands. In this case, there is nothing we can do but follow the rules. To hell. Although it's good that he behaves this way, since he is the first one to hit them, he had no choice but to accept it. These bastards are so damn weak. That's why they ended up in intensive care. What can I do about it? Shit. If things go wrong, my enemies will definitely make a fuss. What a fucking situation. Recently, my father made a public announcement about the beginning of the race for the throne for me and my brother to choose someone who is able to take over the management of the business. In other words, choose a receiver. I, who have only a secondary education, and my younger brother, who graduated from a prestigious university. He married a famous woman in Thiessen 3 years ago. Thanks to this, he was able to monopolize a strong position. I'm doomed if he finds out I'm involved in the beating. Mr. Go Changbum, I know you are very annoyed right now, but you are responsible for this. You beat up innocent people. We can't just leave this case. I told you. These guys hit me first. Yes, that's what you stated. But there is no evidence. They don't even have security cameras. The testimony of the victim cannot be challenged at all. Race for the throne or what else? What, turn everything upside down? He turned around. Why is there a child here? I came here to testify for this man. Who do I have to meet for this? The policeman was sitting at his computer and pretty tense. He watched the video that Hyunsung gave him. Where did you get it from? As Go Changbum claimed, it was these supposedly innocent people who struck first. Anyone can see that it was they who persistently provoked him, although he calmly walked past them. I just happened to be a passing bystander. I thought it would be difficult to prove something because there were no security cameras. That's why I asked for a dashcam video of a car parked nearby and came here. Because the testimony of a minor like me is not convincing. This man tried to avoid problems by any means, but the attackers persistently provoked him and hit him. In the end, there was no other choice but to defend himself. It wasn't his fault, which is strong enough to knock them all down with one blow. I think it's obviously self-defense, policeman Ajussi. It's true, you're right. And you are handsome, you analyze everything coolly. Father just thought that no matter who gets beaten, I should get what they deserve. But now there is evidence and a witness. There is no reason to worry about your situation. I understand. Let's end our investigation here. And later, after the sacrifice, no, the attackers will be cured. I'll arrange a new meeting. Excuse me, Mr. Go Changbum. I should have listened to your opinion, but, seeing the cunning attackers, I've lost my sanity. I don't know what you are after, but I will remember your face. From now on, you will live a truly peaceful life. Look forward to it. They have already left the police station. Boy, thank you very much. If it weren't for your help, I would have been completely fucked up from life. Go Changbom, I'm a person who never forgets services. Understand? Take it from the heart. Thank you. Students of his age are usually hesitant to take such a large amount of money. He also came with a videotape from a black box. This guy is truly extraordinary. Hein, I'm asking you this because I'm curious. Do you think this incident happened by accident? What do you mean? I'll be honest, I know what kind of person you are. Hein. Now you are in an air race against your younger brother, Go Chang-suk, eldest son of the Myeongjin Company Construction Go Changbum. He became irritated. Who are you? He looked at Hyunsung with disbelief. I don't think this incident happened by accident, and I have proof to confirm this. Mr. Go Changbum, what do you think about it? Go Changbum was a popular person in Tisan. Thanks to him, some of the affairs of his family are imprinted in my memory about how they lived before they fell. If you're really that grateful, give me just an hour. I promise you, it won't harm you. I mean your life. Mr. Go Changbum. They went to a cafe to chat. This is the original copy of that video. I thought I could prove your defense using only the last half of the video, so I didn't show them the first half. Here it is. This is what happened to you. And this finally proves that this was not a coincidence. 30 minutes before the incident, the three men gathered in front of the store. At first glance, they might appear to be customers simply using the store's services, but despite the fact that 30 minutes have passed, they didn't move an inch and stayed where they were, as if they were waiting for someone. As soon as you appeared, they immediately began to pester you. As if asking to hit them, they put their faces forward and shouted insults. You tried to keep your composure, but ended up hitting first. Clap. He put the cup on the table. In fairness, I must say that you yourself probably suspected something was wrong. A recent series of events. Everything is happening as if someone had planned it. As soon as the race for the throne began, since then, bad things have been happening to you, one after another. What if it was all planned by Go Chang-suk to undermine you, accidentally or intentionally? Whether it's accidental or intentional, the severity of the problem varies greatly. To be honest, I had my suspicions, but I didn't want to know that my younger brother, who grew up well, commit such a vile act. So, why are you telling me all this? Myeongjin Construction. So far, it is recognized only in a small area, but, relying on solid capital and technology, they will succeed in branding apartments. Thanks to Chairman Guo's philosophy Myeongjin on never playing with people's houses, they lowered markups and increased the speed of completion, and subsequently introduced the name Myeongjin Construction in the ranks of large conglomerates. But in the process both sons disappeared. School of Evil. Chapter 7. It's none of my business. The trouble started with Go Chang-suk. Shortly after, an incident occurred that shook the Thesan area so much that even I, who was suffering from school violence, knew about it. He sought to take the place of the successor and did all sorts of things, and was eventually discovered by Go Changbum, his older brother. Enraged, Go Changbum punched his younger brother, and from this blow, Go Chang-suk was forever disabled. Furious, these, Tho Myeongjin, announced that both of his sons were incompetent. That's why he won't pass Myeongjin to them. Construction, which caused an uproar. Therefore, at some point, the activities of the two sons became so popular that they began to be posted on the internet in the form of memes. Thanks to this, I was able to refresh my memory and find that place. In general, thanks to this, Chairman Guo Myeongjin hired a professional manager. This allowed Myeongjin Construction climb to the top of the conglomerate. Honestly, for Myeongjin Construction. It will be good if nothing changes in the future. The eldest son, Go Changbum, is not evil enough to eliminate his rival, but he is an incompetent man with a typical bad temper. The second son, Go Chang-suk, is a vicious person who will do everything, regardless of morality, to achieve his own goal. For Myeongjin Construction would be right to strike out both sons for their own good, but for me it is not so important. For me, their usefulness for my purposes is more important. What is right and what is wrong, such things don't concern me. It doesn't matter even if the future changes for the worse by my choice. In this life, revenge is above all, and I'm going to take care of my family. I will help you. so that you can take revenge on Go Chang-suk, and so that you, the eldest son, they were able to become the chairman of the company. How funny. Hahaha. Are you just a student? Of course, there are people who help you in this race for the throne, but don't you find it strange? People who help you just stuff your ears with sweets, while I, a simple schoolboy, can decipher Go Chang-suk's plot. This is obvious. These people must be Go Chang-suk's informants. I am not asking you to believe me. Give me a chance instead, a chance to build our relationship on trust. He went out for a smoke. My head is about to explode. Sorry, mister. You can't smoke in this place. Don't mess with me and come back, bitch. Otherwise, I'll just destroy this cafe. It was rough. Go Changbum, one who lived carelessly as he was born as the eldest son of the company. It was known as a must-have time bomb in the sand. But I approached the bear not because he was a righteous man. It is because he is moderately rotten in that. Who will destroy his brother for the sake of power? Actually, that's why I decided that he was the right person for my plan. Chan-suk. Damn, he should have been brought up in moderation. What that brat said was not a mistake. Compared to my brother, I do not have anything, and in this situation, it is obvious that the position of successor will be taken away from me without options. However, in this situation, is it right to believe the words of a 17-year-old teenager, whom I only met for the first time in my life? Jang Bum, if you don't have the skills, then keep those around you who have the skills, regardless of their age, gender, or position. If there are those who have the skills you need next to you, you can lead Myeongjin Construction. Ts. I don't know anything else. Hey, tell me your plan first. I'll listen and make a decision. So that's what happened, you stupid bastards. Raya's. Is it so difficult for you to complete a trifling task? It's all because of the old-fashioned thinking of this asshole. Why does he still think that the elder precedes in inheritance rights, when it is already the 21st century? Let's calm down. I still have an edge. In this scenario, if nothing special happens, place successor in a natural way. The bell rang. What's happened? Something serious has happened. The mistress broke into Hansen's office. To win this race of successors, you must become aware of reality. Between you and Go Chang-suk, who do you think is the right person to be the chairman of the company? Of course, Go Chang-suk. Unlike you, who barely graduated from high school, Go Chang-suk studied business administration at a prestigious university abroad, and immediately after returning to Korea, he married a representative of a prestigious family. After that, he ensured that those who were hired by him fairly decided on the issue of succession. Thus, a strong succession structure was formed. From the very beginning, nothing was an accident. Go Chang-suk prepared a lot to steal his brother's position, and as a result, he created a very advantageous position for him. Except that you are the older brother, there is not a single detail in which you excel him. On top of that, you have many cases and incidents like this. So who in the world will support you? Even if you take into account such differences, I think that you have enough chances to win. What do you mean? Even when Go Chang-suk has a clear advantage in this race for successor, there's only one reason why Chairman Guo Myung-jin made you fight for him. It's because of the naive thought that the eldest son still wants to be the successor. That's why even you can participate in it. Although the difference has grown to such an extent that competition as such is not needed, Chairman Guo Myung-jin has not yet decided on a successor. If so, I'm talking about it. What if Go Chang-suk, who is superior to you in every way, it will sink to the very bottom, where you are? What do you think will happen if you had the same ability? Who would Chairman Guo Myung-jin would choose between the two of you? That's when the real race begins, when you are on the same level as your opponent. At this time, the only advantage of the eldest son, the beaten girl, was sitting in the room. There will be age, which cannot be reversed in any way. You need to fulfill 3 conditions in order to win the race of successors. The first condition is passed. Unfortunately, in this regard, you have already lost. While your younger brother got married to gain the support of a prestigious family, you were busy partying at clubs making friends there. What is the second condition, you ask? The second condition is reputation. Crazy bastard T-sang. You have a great reputation, but only in a bad way. The last condition is ability. While you were busy chatting with girls and drinking, Go Chang-suk achieved recognition for his ability while doing administrative work. He had easy competition, he didn't need to stand out much. Even if his abilities were at the normal level, he would be better than you, who did nothing. From now on, we will turn over the cards one by one. All 3 conditions. Returning to the first past. How can we get an advantage in this aspect? It's impossible to marry a prestigious family like Go Chang-suk right now. It's impossible for a prestigious family like the one he married to come out of nowhere. So we have to think outside the box. We need to force them to divorce. If the only factor that gives Go Chan-suk the advantage of the past disappears, he will be forced to return to the starting line, where we are. Excuse me, sir. Menjin Construction Go Myungjin. I'm sorry, sir. Pathetic bastard. I spoke to your father-in-law. I told him that I would scold you, so that there would be no need for a divorce. Begged him to give you another chance. He told me to inform you that your wife will immediately start living separately from you. They will see how repentant you are and decide whether to forgive you or not. I'm sorry. Have pity on your ass. I warned you to keep your dick in your pants, or your marriage will go up in flames. If you wanted to hang out with other women, you had to stay single like Jang Bum. Why did they give me these 2 useless sons? And you, Go Chang Bum, why do you keep getting into the police stations? As always, he will scream that he did nothing wrong. Great idea. All I have to do now is find all of Jang Suk's dirty secrets and tell my father. Right. Chan Seok is a disgrace to our family's name. You shouldn't let Chan Seok run the company if I continue like this. My father will get mad at my brother and wrong. It is a bad idea. When I was in a vegetative state, I heard a documentary about Ga Mingjin. The previous chairman of the Menjin Construction Company knew what his sons were up to, including Go Chang-suk's evil plans, and how he plotted against his older brother to get rid of him. Former chairman Kim Young-jin allowed his son to leave, saying, and I quote, "This is one way of doing business." Kim Young-jin's criteria for choosing a successor were not clean past. Their personal lives could be a little messy, but as long as they had the potential to grow the company, he didn't care. On this note, we wonder if he will report on the dirty deeds of Go Chan-suk. But will this make Go Myung-jin change his mind? He will simply hand over his company to a professional manager, just like in my past life. Go Chan-juice is the same as before. The position of chairman will not go back to Go Jang Bum, just because his competitor has the same dirty past as him. Behavior appropriate for a person who will become chairman. The other side of him. We have to show a new side of Chan Rum. Now I will tell you the plan. I'll try to make sure this doesn't happen again. No matter what excuses I may have, I made the mistake of causing trouble. And as the firstborn of Menjin Construction, I will take full responsibility. I will remember my duties as your son and act responsibly. I will scold Chan Juice for you. What happened? That they provoked you in the first place, and you still tried your best to avoid a fight. The fact that you dealt with such a situation with dignity makes me proud. Damn, that shit. I don't know which bastard leaked the information, but if I catch this bastard, I'll tear him to pieces. Me. He said I did well and patted me on the back, praising me. We are moving. These things should happen often. And so it was as it was already late at night. Thanks to you, I was able to get recognition from my father. What should I do next? To become the next chairman, I will listen and follow whatever you say. Don't worry. Go Chan-suk is now in the same starting position as us. Only in terms of the past. In order for you to become the next chairman, you need to win against Go Chan-suk and 2 other conditions. However, I have a few suggestions for you. For now, it will be difficult. Now start working in the company in master managerial work. When the time is right, I will tell you what to do next. Telling me to work for a company as an office worker. How the hell? No, I'll do it. I will do as you say. There are a few more things you need to do. Other things. Do you remember our conversation in the cafe? We gave each other a hand because we expected something from each other. In exchange for my help, you promised me that you would grant one of my wishes. What can I do for my little Hyunsung? That's very kind of you. Then I or very frank. I want you on the day of the committee meeting. Hey you motherfucker. You think I gave you all this money just to hear this nonsense from you? Do you think I'm dumb? Do you want to be fired from this school? Young Min Ho's mother is Kim Sung-ja. If you want to keep your job, see to it that anyone who dared hit my son is expelled. Understood? Yes, madam. Fuck. What the hell does she want from me? I don't want to. Let's try to minimize all losses. One stubbornness cannot solve the problem. Sir, I understand that Young Min-ho's mother is pressuring you, but use your brains. Would you prefer me to reveal your secrets, like cheating? If I go down, you go with me. If you want to live, choose wisely. Then I'll go now. Have I ever let you down? Then I'll trust you. Director O the Wan, it's all over for me. I will lose my job in all of Thiessen. No matter which option I choose. Become a corrupt teacher or a scammer. What can I do with the accumulated money? We will continue the meeting. In order to tell the exact events of what happened, a bully teacher who attacked another student, Mr. Kim will explain. This case is very clear. This whole situation happened because of Young Min-ho and the other students who bullied this student. The victim was falsely accused of being the instigator. This is an outrageous act of distorted justice. This guy? There can be no mistakes. This is the face that I saw then in the entertainment establishment. Means. Human rights activist Kim Hyunsung is the eldest son of Myeongjin Construction. When I looked at the list of maintainers, thought it was just someone with the same name. But Go Chang-bum is a leading figure who cannot be compared to Young Min-ho's parents. How did such a person become a human rights activist for Kim Hyunsung? No, I'll think about it later. Now the important thing is that the way to survival has opened for me. No one but me knows that this person is the same Go Chang-bum. Now is the time to change your side. This is a nasty incident, where the perpetrator and the victim switched places. What? Kim Yoon-chul's teacher, please explain in more detail so that there is no misunderstanding. Understand. I have received many messages about the 4 students who are called the Park Min-chul gang. Since the beginning of the semester, they have been going around and bullying their peers. I directly warned them not to create problems, but over time, the behavior of these students only worsens. A few days ago, Park Min-chul, as usual, bullied Lee Jun-min, Kim Hyunsung, who could no longer watch his friend being bullied. Wait, are we not students? Tried to stop them with my young and pure heart. Park Min-chul brought some of his friends to blackmail Hyunsung. Everyone, think about it. When someone tries to harm you, will you stand still? What student Kim Hyunsung did was purely self-defense. In the same context, the case of Jeong Min-ho can also be considered. Park Min-chul's gang informant, Young Min-ho, carried out a gang attack when Hyunsung acted in self-defense in place of Kim Hyunsung, so as not to get hit again. He had no other choice but to act unexpectedly. Of course, I agree that his defense was too over the top, but if we lose sight of the circumstances of the case and the causal relationship, and we will only severely punish Hyunsung, we will turn into garbage, like a dumb likeness to adults who ignore the essence of school violence. That's it. What are you talking about now? Don't blur the point, teacher Kim Yoon-chul. We are now talking about the horrendous incident in which 4 students ended up in the relief department for the first time in the history of Jeonjul School. The fact that the victims were the ones who led the school violence is unconfirmed, and it doesn't make sense in the case at hand. Violence can never be justified for any reason whatsoever. Moreover, I have never heard or seen about students committing such brutal violence. Everyone in this room is Jeonjul's students. My heart is extremely hurt for the fact that I have to judge who is right and who is guilty. But punishment is necessary at any cost to prevent a similar incident from happening again. This time we will pinpoint the problem, and we will definitely punish the guilty student. In this way, parents who entrust their students to Jeonjul School can have peace of mind about returning their children home, right? So, first we'll listen to Young Min-ho about how everything was. Wouldn't the victim's testimony be more accurate? Student Young Min-ho, you can start. The situation I experienced is completely different from what the first grade teacher said. When I entered the first class, I saw that Min-chul was beaten by Hyunsung. I asked my friends and found out that Hyunsung, who was acting like a normal person, suddenly started being Min-chul. You can call another witness on this matter. The fact that Kim Hyunsung was the first to provoke the attack is clear. I speak only the truth, without any lies. Seeing a friend being beaten, I couldn't stand still and ran towards them, but Kim Hyunsung grabbed the lock without thinking. No weapons. Of course, seeing that several people had gathered, Kim Hyunsung must have sensed danger. But Min-chul was so miserable that we didn't have time to sort out Kim Hyunsung's feelings. Honestly, I do not understand this. Why is the teacher trying to shift the blame onto us? On top of that, this is not the end of what Hyunsung has done. First grade teacher, do you remember how Hyunsung was punished? Kim Hyun-sung might be annoyed at being called to the staff room. He came for me and ruthlessly attacked me, who did nothing, with pride in front of my friends. But is it my fault? Oh, look at my child's face. The face of my son, whom I raised as very precious, afraid to hurt him even the slightest. It has become so miserable. How is that possible? Brutal violence committed in this sacred school. It may have only happened to my Minho now, but we don't know when it will happen to other kids. School parents can't stay away. We must definitely punish the guilty. I think so too. Of course, it is not good to beat a person like that. Let's punish him. We must punish him. Think it's already started. Kim Hyun-sung must have gone nuts. You know the nature of Minho's mother. She is very short-tempered when it comes to Minho. She is the person who will turn the school upside down. So will she leave Kim Hyun-sung who made Minho like this? And that's right. Let's just see if this bastard gets expelled. I will torture him to death until he begs to drop out of school, just like those stupid fools on TV. If he is expelled, well, I will pursue him to the very end and ask for justice. Can we get money too? Isn't it obvious? We should at least charge him a few $100 per person. I am buying a motorcycle as soon as I get the money. Are you going to bring these girls to the park? Damn, are you still asking? What is this nonsense? Are you all pretending not to know? Or really not in the know? Do you even think that this little demon in human form could start first? What is this ridiculous statement? Calling a student a demon? Then who is this student? If not a demon, I myself learned about Park Min-cheol's gang. They trade by swindling other people's money and stealing things. They are quite well-known offspring. Why doesn't anyone here know about them? Why do people here support him so stubbornly? Do you lack understanding? Or are you getting money from these bastards or what? The bastards from Park Min-cheol's gang fell with a crash, and several ambulances came to the school. But it was all because my Hyunsung was trying to protect himself. Didn't the teacher talk about it? What we need to look at is the true nature of this incident. Honestly, let's be honest with a friend. If such a bandit bullied you at school, would you stay where you are? Hey you motherfucker. Bandit. Why on earth are you calling my kid a bandit? Who are you? Woo Kim Hyun-sona doesn't even have parents. Who are you to speak for him? Would you like me to be your sponsor? For what? If you need money, ask. It's true that I need your wealth for what I'm going to do in the future, but if I just needed wealth, I would choose a simpler alternative. Stocks, real estate and more. To defeat an opponent who has a lot of something, I must have a lot too. Among them, one thing that I can only get by clinging to Go Changbum is power. I'll be honest, I'm going to cause a lot of trouble at school in the future. It's not just the brawls you usually see at school, and incidents large enough to cause legal problems. Every time this happens, I would like you to stand behind me, and they solved all my problems. If you carry me on your back, at least no one in Thiessen. Don't dare to contact me. Come on, Chang the MC. If you will faithfully play the role of my human rights activist and show results that satisfy me, I promise you right here, I will make sure that you become the chairman of Myeongjin Construction. By any means, even further into the post, far beyond that. Don't worry about such little things. I'm a master of seduction, you see. Just believe in me. Will you beat people or create any problems? It's nothing. Are you asking who am I? I'm Hyunsung's sponsor. An eldest son, Myeongjin Construction.